Hello and welcome to another edition of Nationwide, coming to you today from the County Wexford village of Castlebridge with its great mill wheel. And we're here because of a row about another historical artefact right here, a row involving people in glass houses. Even 50 years ago, a conservatory was a rare architectural feature. But here in Castlebridge, they have a unique conservatory dating from the 1800s. Now, it's the centre of a heated debate because some County Wexford councillors are arguing it should be moved into Wexford town, whereas the people of Castlebridge are saying no. They want their conservatory to stay in its original setting and be restored to its original beauty.
It's hard to imagine that Castlebridge Conservatory was once a showpiece for the Breen family to impress their neighbours. Built and designed in 1860 by Pearce's Foundry in Wexford, its design and structure is unique and on a par with some of the more famous Turner conservatories. Up until the 70s, when it was bought by Wexford County Council, the conservatory was home to hundreds of plants.
About 900 pots would fill it, see, they'd have it good, you know. They'd be counting the centre, that iron flower thing in the centre, you know. And wouldn't it'd be about 900 pots, and you have it really good, you know.
That took a lot of watering.
Yeah, well, you'd be drowned in watering. Put a long-handled watering can, about 12 foot long, the handle on it, and a string on the spout, just for pulling the string to water them. So, and you'd be drowned in watering them. Like. Saturday evening, that was a Saturday evening job.
And how did it look?
Oh, it looked terrific, looked absolutely. You know, as you come out of the house door, you just walked into this massive flower right out in front of you, you know. And it was absolutely, you know, spectacular at that time, you know. And they used to have croquet and parties and stuff there.
The house passed into the Nunn family through marriage, and it was in the house in 1951 that the idea for the Guinness Book of Records was first debated. Local people believed this connection with the famous book could be exploited.
Obviously, you know, like, I mean, it's a tremendous selling point. You know, any commercial organisation like that could make reference to that and encourage people to visit Castlebridge, you know, for that purpose, to see where the notion of the Guinness Book of Records was conceived. Obviously, it would be a tremendous selling point.
The importance of the house and conservatory is not in question. In the Wexford County Development Plan, the council acknowledge its importance artistically, architecturally and in the context of the history of Castlebridge.
Nationally, some architectural commentators have stated that the conservatory is unique and probably the best glasshouse, small glasshouse in Ireland. The design is very elegant, and it was the state of the art of technology back in the 1860s. And as such, he introduced some aspects to the design that, as far as we know, is not existent in any other glasshouse.
The house was built in 1825 by the Breen family, who bought the mill in Castlebridge from the Dixons. The conservatory was added in 1860. The jardiniere, or circular tiered plant stand inside the conservatory, is unique, and the idea of a conservatory doubling as a plant case and porte cochere is also unique in Ireland and throughout Britain. Since the house and conservatory were bought by the council 25 years ago, both have fallen into disrepair.
It's in a bad way. So that's absolutely a disgrace, you know. When it was bought, there was about 7 or 8 caravans were dumped into it, you know, immediately after being bought. You know, and you know, you couldn't be more irresponsible, like, you know, and something as beautiful like as that, you know.
It would cost approximately £150,000 to restore the conservatory and a further £300,000 to £400,000 to restore the house. The council is now faced with the dilemma of raising this money or perhaps selling it to a private developer.
Quite a lot of money is involved in the restoration of the house and the conservatory. So it's really a matter for the council now to carefully consider what their options are, whether they try and raise the money themselves, and it's a lot of money actually to raise for a project like this, or else maybe to invite the private sector to come in and restore it.
To carry out restoration work on the conservatory, it will need to be disassembled and moved to a different site. Once the restoration work has been carried out, some local councillors were suggesting that the conservatory be moved into Wexford town for security reasons, but the locals are adamant that the conservatory remains in Castlebridge.
It's a ludicrous suggestion, you know. And anyway, as the experts who wrote on it there over the years have said, like, it'll be out of context as well, and with the house itself, and it was made in Pierce's, you see. This was made in Pierce's, this conservatory. And there's nowhere in any part of Britain or in Ireland is there one like it, you know.
It's part of Castlebridge and it's part of the history and heritage of Castlebridge and should remain there. And like, there is no good reason why it should be removed to any place else. And that is the feeling of the people here.
People there are determined to hang on to their own local heritage. That ends the programme for this evening. Do join us again at the same time on Friday next. Until then, from Castlebridge and from your Nationwide team, a very good evening to you.